Hey guys, so I just finished watching Creed 2 on Blu-ray 4K in glorious HDR, and this film looked beautiful. It was a very nice transfer. Now, I'm a massive fan of the Rocky franchise. Ever since the first film back in 1976, what Sylvester Stallone created was such an iconic character, a rags to riches tale of a man down on his luck and not giving up when it comes to fighting for his dreams. It was an amazing film, and then Rocky 2 came out, building on the relationship between Rocky and Apollo Creed, played by the wonderful Carl Weathers. Now, the Creed films are part of the Rocky legacy, but they could quite easily still be called Rocky 6, Rocky 7, Rocky 8, because what they do is just continue on the story of Rocky. Sylvester Stallone is still a big player in these films, although he does take a step back for Michael B. Jordan to, step into the role of Adonis Creed. He's essentially the Burgess Meredith character of Mickey in these films now. He is the mentor and the trainer of Adonis Creed, but the heart of Rocky Balboa shines brightly in both of these Creed films. The first Creed film, directed by Ryan Coogler, who went on to do Black Panther, was amazing. It was such a true testament to the legacy of the Rocky series, doing something different but continuing on the legacy, and it was a marvelous film. And now we have got Creed 2, directed by Stephen Caple Jr., starring Michael B. Jordan again as Adonis Johnson, i.e. Creed, Sylvester Stallone back as Rocky Balboa, Tessa Thompson back as Bianca, Felicia Rashad as Mary Ann Creed, Apollo Creed's wife. And this is where it gets interesting. We have got Dolph Lundgren returning as Ivan Drago, which I think is a masterstroke. This film is essentially a sequel to Rocky 4. In that film, Apollo Creed and Ivan Drago face off in what is meant to be a showcase fight, just promoting the sport. But it gets serious and Apollo Creed is killed. As we know, Sylvester Stallone rises to the challenge and goes to Russia in an iconic battle with Ivan Drago, and it's a hell of a crowd pleaser. Rocky 4 is pretty much the pinnacle of the Rocky franchise. It was the biggest high that it was ever going to receive. Not necessarily the best film in the franchise, but for a real get up on your feet crowd pleaser, Rocky 4 is the one. It's an amazing film. And I just love that Creed 2 is a follow-up to that one. The angst and the heartbreak that Adonis Creed feels in this one when faced with battling Victor Drago, the son of the man that killed his father, it was palpable. I really felt with it because I hold the Rocky saga dear to my heart. So to have the beloved character of Ivan Drago, played by the wonderful Dolph Lundgren, return to the franchise was wonderful. And seeing him again on screen with Sylvester Stallone, they are doing the Expendables thing together too, but the Rocky saga is where it's at, man. So having Dolph back was really cool, and having that emotional impact of a son wanting to get revenge on the man who killed his father. It was really cool. And technically, I don't think the film was as good as Creed 1, but where it got me was just in the emotional high. That attachment that I had to Rocky 4 just really sucked me in, so I was along for the ride. Victor Drago's son was played by Florian Montaño. Victor Drago was played by Florian Montaño, and he was a mountain of a man. He was huge. Seeing him go toe-to-toe with Michael B. Jordan, like the height difference was just remarkable. He was a big guy. But that's kind of what they did in all the Rocky films as well. Sly's character, Rocky, was always a little bit smaller than his opponent. We also had the return of Bridget Nielsen, who played Drago's wife in Rocky 4. She was actually married to Sylvester Stallone. I haven't actually seen her on screen for years, so having her come back was really cool. Now, the story is Adonis Creed is suddenly faced with the guy who killed his father, and he gets the opportunity to have a fight with Victor Drago, his son, and get some kind of revenge. But he's not ready for the fight. He's not mentally prepared. He's now the world champion, but he's more focused on getting revenge and the rage inside more than focusing on the fight. So he's beaten to a bloody pulp in the first match, and then the film is all about the rematch, getting back up on his feet with the help of Rocky and claiming victory. Now, all the Rocky films do follow a formula, and it's tried and true. Yeah, it's cliched as hell, but it's so much damn fun watching it. We got the montage of the training, the music. The Rocky films are about getting up on your feet and cheering at the end of the film. We know Rocky's going to win. We know Creed is going to win. But just going on the journey with them is what makes it so fun. So the film has got good performances. The Rocky films are built on what Sly Stallone delivers, and they're iconic for a reason. But Michael B. Jordan is a step above when it comes to acting talent. No offense, Sly, but he really does convey a vulnerability and an emotion that is palpable. In the first bout in this film, in the first fight, he's beaten to a pulp. And you can tell from that point on that he is terrified about going back into the ring. He's scared. He's now the world champion. If he doesn't have another fight soon, that title could be taken away from him. So he knows he has to get back into the ring. But how do you do that against a man who just pulverized you? So you can see that in every line of Michael B. Jordan's performance. He is a great actor. Mark my words, this guy's going to be up for an Academy Award for something soon. I swear to it, because he's just phenomenal, and I've been a fan of his ever since Friday Night Lights. He is that good in the role. And Sly Stallone is now support, and he still brings that Rocky heart. Rocky is now the mentor, he's the trainer, he's stepping back. And there's even a line in this film when he says, "It's your time." And he steps back, puts his hat on, sits down and watches the show. And I really felt at that moment that Sly Stallone was really saying goodbye to the character. I don't know if he's going to appear in Creed 3 if we get one. And if we do and Sly is in it, I'm pretty sure that he's not going to survive the film. Burgess Meredith as Mickey in the Rocky saga, he died in part 3. So if the film's going to follow that sequence of events, then the next one could truly be Rocky's final foray on the big screen, which would be really sad. But I really do feel that it's in good hands. The Creed films are really, really good. Now, directed by Stephen Cable Jr., yeah, he did deliver a beautiful looking film, but I do feel that Ryan Coogler has got that director's eye for character development a bit more than what Stephen Cable delivered. He hit all the beats. The fights were fantastic. He showcased them really well. But I do feel that the character work was a little bit less in this film. Creed 1 really got me. This one, I enjoyed it for what it was, but the character development was a little bit less in this one. Not saying I didn't enjoy it, I really did. If there was more room for the characters to breathe, then this could have been elevated to something special. We did focus a little bit more on the antagonist this time around, with Dolph Lundgren giving a pretty good performance as Ivan Drago. He didn't have a lot to do in Rocky 4, he was just the big bad guy, you know, I must break you. He was all about being big, scary and imposing, but in this one we do see the after effects of that fight. He lost everything. He lost his wife, he lost the respect for the country, he lost his job. It was just him and his son, so he really wants to get that respect back from his people, and he wants to do that for his son. He wants to get back up into the fighting community, have his son Victor win the fight, and therefore get him back up into the limelight and have people respect him again. And we do see a bit of an arc in this, because we do know that Victor's not going to win. We know they're going to lose everything again. But we do have him come around and realize, you know what, he lost the fight that first time. His son lost the fight, and that's okay. He embraces his son and he tells him it's okay, which is really nice. So it would have been good to have a bit more of that. Yeah, Dolph Lundgren, he's not the best thespian in the world, but he is charismatic and he is part of the saga. So having him back was wonderful. But yeah, having a story arc a little bit more developed for him would have been cool. Bridget Nielsen was back, as I said. She literally had one line in the film, and I would really have liked to have Rocky and Ivan have more to do with each other too. They had a nice scene together at the beginning of the film at Rocky's restaurant. The antagonism's still there, they're not friends, but it would have been nice to have them just have more interplay. I did see a trailer recently before the film came out where there was a scene where Rocky and Ivan Drago did have a bit of a smackdown in what looked like a hospital waiting room. That scene wasn't in the film, so I was kind of waiting for that to appear the whole time. I was waiting for those two to have a bit of a brawl, but it didn't happen. So I was a little disappointed that that scene didn't make the cut. But yeah, I know this film is not about Rocky anymore, but Rocky 4 is so great and has such a lasting legacy to the Rocky fans. Having Rocky and Ivan kind of have that face off one more time would have been cool. They're old men now, so we probably wouldn't have taken much to knock them down, but that would have been really nice. So the film was really, really enjoyable. They didn't really use the iconic Rocky theme too much through the film until like the very end when it's earned, and it really kind of gives you the goosebumps when that does appear. It was really, really cool. And yeah, I really enjoyed the film. Not as good as the first Creed film, but a great follow-up. In regards to the 4K transfer of the movie, yeah, it scrubbed up really, really nice. The really deep dark black contrast versus the beautiful colors and the lights really do pop. The HDR shines beautifully in this one, especially in the fight scenes. The entrances of the boxes as they're coming into the ring are quite a showcase. The lights and the music, it looks phenomenal. The shorts and the boxing gloves, everything shines beautifully in the HDR. There's one scene that really stood out to me is when there's a shot of Moscow in Russia. It's night and there's a beautiful shot just looking over the city, and the lights and all the buildings and everything just popped off the screen. It was gorgeous. It looked really, really nice. Sly Stallone had a lot of close-ups, so you could really kind of see the work he's had done. It's that clear, all his pores, and yeah, he looked a little bit too smooth, I think. But anyhow, the HDR looks good. This is a really, really, really good looking film in the 4K HDR format. It was beautiful. I'm really hoping that the Rocky franchise as a whole gets the 4K treatment. I've got the whole collection on a Blu-ray box set, so hey, what the hell? Just release it on 4K, I'll buy it again. I love the franchise, what can I say? Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you like my review on Creed 2. Have you seen it? What do you think? Do you want more? Are they going to round it out in a trilogy? Are they going to continue on? Creed 4, Creed 5? Or are they just going to like end it now that Sly Stallone pretty much has said goodbye? I want more, but that's just me. I'm greedy. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by once again. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.